Hello, all you lovely people out there. Welcome to the Astro Family meeting. This is going to be a general meeting for every single sign. If you want to go straight to your reading, this is going to be about the lunar eclipse on May the 16th. If you want to go straight to your meeting, it should be timestamped in the description below, so you can go straight onto that. But if you do, you're going to miss a lovely bit of information about your chakra system, about how the eclipse sort of works in accordance to the Astroflower, your elements and stuff like that. So it's up to you. You're more than welcome, but the more that we can get on the same page as regards to energy, the better we can change the world. And this is it. It's not about doing massive things. It's about getting your everyday step into line. And that's going to be quite an important message, I think, during the eclipse. It will depend heavily on what's happening on the sun during that week of the lunar eclipse. So we will be going into that on Cymatic TV, our sister channel. So let's, without further ado, let's just go into what is going on the May the 16th. So we're having a partial eclipse. I think it's a very long one, as if I remember rightly. I think it's one of the longest ones we've had in a very long time. And it's a blood moon as well. So it is the reason it's called a blood moon is because it goes red, and this is due to the refracting light, where the slower light that reflects through the atmosphere of the Earth reflects onto the moon and makes it look red, as it were. Last year it was in November, and this year it's going to be in May the 16th. The thing is, it's affecting from North America right through to South America and Antarctica, and it's actually hitting the root chakra again, exactly what we did and what happened when in the total eclipse, which you can also see in our readings, which we've done the readings for the total eclipse that was back in April the 30th. And there's going to be another eclipse on the 25th of October, if I'm not mistaken. And or the 5th of October. You can check the dates out. It's one or the other, because we also have another lunar eclipse at that moment there as well. And they seem to be in sync with each other this time round. And because they're in sync with each other, this is what's going to feed that whole timing aspect of the elements that run through your flower. It's also going to affect the timing in the way we do things collectively together. And there's going to be particular elements that's going to be played upon. So here's an image of what it's like at a total eclipse, where the moon is in front of the Earth, between the Earth and the sun. And that makes the Earth focus its magnetic field focus towards the sun. So it's pulled, it's almost like a magnifying glass in a way, and makes it stronger as it's pointed towards the sun. When we get with a lunar eclipse, the moon is on the other side of the Earth, and it pulls it the other way. If you like, it's a little bit like onion leaves that are being pulled back, or, and this is probably a better description, it's like eyes that have been opened up more than usual. So it's a case of this eclipse here, where I think we're going to be able to see things in a very clearer light. And this could be good and bad. I'm not here to talk about good and bad, as it were. I'm not here to tell you when to buy a car, or leave this person or that person and stuff like that. Or more concerns me, or this is what the Astroflower is. It's a tool to help you keep in step with the vibrations that are around you, and also evolve your life and encourage the moments where you have a moment, accelerated parts of your life, to enjoy that acceleration and enhance it. And when you need to sort of slow down, that's when you can also then apply the brakes a little bit. It's going to help you to get into sync a lot more with life, which is really important. Once we do this, and we're all getting onto the same page, this is why we should really share this video in order for us to get onto the same page. If we can get onto the same page, we will change things effortlessly. There will be a lot of things that will change in this world, because we would have changed individually. And that's how it works. Okay? So this lunar eclipse and this blood moon is obviously it's red, so there's going to be a fire element to it. So there's going to be affecting the elements that are fire within your flower, which we go to in the readings, which I said is timestamped down below. But it's also going to affect your water because obviously the moon is a water-driven element. So once you have combinations of water and fire, that's where you're going to find the complications, or you're going to find the accentuated parts of your Astroflower. This will be accordance to your rhythms and your basically what's happened in your life. If you've had certain traumas in your life that have created different rhythms in your life, then you will be able to understand this if you had a copy of the Astroflower book. And you can then adjust this so then you can diminish the nocive or detrimental rhythms in your life and increase the bonus or beneficial rhythms in your life. It makes life a lot easier, okay? And that's what the Astroflower is all about. The Astroflower is about trying to help you help yourself, basically, empower you to engage with your life. That's what it's all about, okay? I've been developing this over 30 years of energy healing, where I've seen more than 15,000 clients over that time, and it's been a fantastic journey. Really has. I feel blessed. I really do truly feel blessed. It's been an absolute joy to be part of this whole discovery, and I'm trying to sort of encapsulate it all into the Astroflower, so it gives you a tool to help you out. Okay, so it's going to be affecting, sort of the water and the fire, as I was sort of saying. And this, if we look at it, say, like as a chakra system. So when I'm looking at auras on people or things like that, you can see the rhythms within your chakras because it sort of makes clouds of colors that pop away and stuff like that. And this is an interesting situation because we have the water, which is more sort of throat area, the throat chakra, and then we have the fire. Now the fire is more sort of root chakra more than anything else. It's the transformative sort of element in all. It can go a little bit into your sacrum, but it's mainly, for me personally, it's mainly to do with your root chakra. And this root chakra and throat chakra, if you put it into a rhythm within the person, what you're going to get is you're going to get another rise, and you will get that in probably the solar plexus chakra. Now this means that it's going to be emotionally and passionately driven during this peak, which the peak will usually happen for sort of maybe a slight day before the eclipse, going right through to the next day afterwards. It's not going to be a long period, but it will change your view and your interpretation of the world afterwards if you are consciously engaged in it. And when you have the throat chakra, the emotional sort of side, and you have that fire, that root chakra, that raison d'etre, and if you throw the solar plexus into it, which is also fire, it's got to be said, the solar plexus into it, at that point there, you get a forcing of the ideas or the emotional sort of states and the passionate sort of states. How we lead up to this situation, that will define how you have your interaction with the lunar eclipse. So if I was anybody, I would just take time out to just assess this week after this video, just to assess, just to sort of thing, look at things of what you would like to clear up in your life. It will help you out enormously during the eclipse, the lunar eclipse, to actually put things into place and move forward from there. If you can be at one with yourself, it's going to be easier for you to enjoy those passionate and those emotional sort of sides. It can be an absolute celebration and be brilliant. Unlike a solar eclipse. Solar eclipse is all about defining the before and after. It's all about chapters, I would say. That's the best way to describe it, just to keep it very, very simple. So this lunar eclipse here is going to make us see things in a different way. It will affect signs differently according to the elements that are going through you, and it will make us look at things a little bit differently, and it will change the way we passionately and emotionally engage yourself with the world around us. And that's where the solar plexus comes into play, of having that courage to live life. Once you've got the courage to live life, you start living it, and therefore you have the confidence to keep living it and doing it. So if you're not living life, why not? You should be. It's fun. It could end for everybody tomorrow. So let's just enjoy it whilst we're here, I guess. And part of that enjoying it is sharing this video, subscribing here, liking, because we do loads of videos once a week. We do the weeklies. We also tend to do videos in the week, which are sort of bonus videos, as it were. Okay, so there you go. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be pulling some cards, or interpreting the messages and using the cards to clarify those messages for the sticking points of your elements. So if you're ready and you're ready to rock and you're all sort of strapped in, yeah, welcome to the Astroflower Family General Meeting. So we're going to do this through each sign. We're going to go through the alphabet, basically, and you'll find your sign stamped below. So first out the block, Aquarius. Here you can see your flower here, and you can see the elements in it. And in Aquarius, you do have a lot of combinations between fire and water, mainly on that connecting points between petals 5 and 8, 5 and 6, 7 and 9, 7 and 6. So you have these two crossing points that are right in the center of you. You also have it on your karmic path and your connection to the universe on your relationship side. So it's on sort of this sort of side here. So what I want to be doing is just pulling. This is your flower here. This is where you've got the crossing point of main point here of fire and water. You also have the crossing point of fire and water here, which is, I think, more significant simply because you've got the continual pure water of Pisces that comes through you here. And this is Capricorn, which does that transition between water and earth, because it's a combination of elements such as your good self, because you are water and air sign, or air and water, sorry, I do apologize. So it's those two crossing points there. So let's just those two want to come out together for some reason. So we're going to do that. We're going to have those two crossing points. This is really how it's the combining, it's turning your karmic path into the subconscious. So this is where your guides are helping you, and this is the energy that's sort of flowing through you. And this is where you're going to feel it, I think, in this lunar eclipse. Okay, so let's just see how your guides are helping you on your relationship side. This is on this side. Okay, so let's just sort of see this sort of thing, because there's going to be obviously the mental air that goes on the outside. What it's saying, well, what I'm getting from it here is a case of now is the time to be counted. So standing up emotionally within your environment, within your friends, family, lovers, with any sort of relationships you're having, and not being scared of saying the emotions. Now, it may cause difficulty for other people. It's not intentional, and I would hope not, it's intentional from your side. Just speak your truths. That's the only thing you should do. If you speak your truths, if somebody else gets annoyed about it or upset, it's simply they need help to work their way through it as well. So this is when you can be there and there for them, as a supporting thing. Okay, so that's what it sort of seems to think. It's sort of expressing more than anything else. So you've got the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. So this is quite nice. So this is basically offloading yourself. And it doesn't necessarily mean kind of going, oh, I don't like that, I don't like this. Just be careful of that fire that comes up through you from Aries. Yeah? Because Aries is very, they're very calculative, but not in a nasty way. They're calculative, say like they're very good at accountancy, for example. They like things to tie up. That's how they calculate. They like things to be fair, just, and in balance. And it seems like here what they're sort of saying is that you've been carrying stuff within your relationships. You seem to be carrying a lot of the relationships around you emotionally and passionately for some time now. And it's probably good to put those cards on the table. And the best thing is you've got the 8 of Pentacles to go along with it. So this is sort of saying you are good at this. You can do this very tactfully. Because Aquarius, you are very tactful. So if you approach it of sort of saying, okay, these are the things that in my relationships that are just weighing down the relationship. Not necessarily you as an individual, but certainly the relationships. Any chance you speak to the people involved and you say, any chance of having a cup of tea? And I'll give you a bit of advice here. If you're speaking to people and it tends to be a bit of a complicated situation, the best way to diffuse that conversation or diffuse that complicated situation is by using non-judgmental words. Now, there is only 3 judgmental words. I think you, I, and me, basically. So you want to be using us, we, in the situation. So you say to someone, the way we park cars makes life difficult, rather than sort of saying the way you park cars makes my life difficult. That is then going to if you do it like that, then you're going to set one against the other. But if you're sort of saying, I'm connected to this situation, I am part of the solution. If you approach it like that, it's going to go like a dream. And you're a master at that, Aquarius. So that'd be really good. Let's just quickly move on to the other side. This is on to do with finances and finances, business, jobs, and that sort of thing. And it is that mutable fire, mutable water. So there's a lot more give and take than there is over this side, because you've got cardinal water going there and cardinal fire there. And it's still the cardinal fire and the fixed fire there. So it's much more mutable, give and take and stuff like that. And it will allow you to be focused, really clear on your financial sort of situation. In order to make money, you've got to invest. So sometimes it seems like this eclipse is going to give you a clear vision of how to invest your time or money or your resources into your job, your business and stuff like that in order to get good returns. Once you see clearly, you'll know where to invest your finances. And you get the hangman with it, which is really nice. So you're getting a case of situation where you've got to look at things a little bit differently. This is exactly what we were saying at the beginning of the video. So if I was you within the business sort of side of things, just look around, because you might see an opportunity that's quite far away and you can seize on that opportunity. Okay, let's just see how these sort of two can combine together, because these are the real crossing conversion points here. And let's just see what the energy's got going through you on this. Okay, this seems to be going one of two ways. Either it's a very clear King of Swords sort of situation where you're clear thinking and you can see clearly in front of you. And because you can see clearly in front of you, it may create a bit of a tower moment for other people. And you may feel that this is a moment of sorting the chaff from the wheat. Okay, so walking away, there is obviously from certain emotional situations, this is the energy that's allowing you to do this, to see clearly, to sort of say, okay, this situation is not really serving me, and it's not really serving the relationship or the business or my family or my life in general or the life of the people around me. And you don't have to walk away in a way sort of saying, I don't want you to get out. It's not that. It's just a case kind of going, I'm heading off down here. And so just follow your path. I think this is more of it than anything else. It's just to follow your path through. Okay, there you go, Aquarius. I hope you keep an eye out for that, and keep an eye on what's going on the sun with the Cymatic TV. We will be doing the weeklies, so you will want to subscribe and click that bell, so then you'll get the notification for the weeklies. I think they will be coming out on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. I will also be in the UK this summer giving workshops for energy in the UK, but also in America, possibly by the end of summer. But in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. So, Aries. Yes, Aries, fire sign, pure fire sign, cardinal sign. Okay, so it's all going to be on the surface for the eclipse for you guys. Very passionate. This is your flower here. You should see it somewhere around here. It might even be covering me. So it depends on how we do the editing. So you got that on the surface. So it may make you feel like you want to get up and go, make moves and stuff like that. But if you look carefully, if you look carefully, there is also on these petals 1, 2, and 2, 3, and 4. This is to do with your karmic paths and how the universe influences you. Excuse me. These are the petals that are going to be really affected. So for you guys, I would have thought the eclipse is going to be real fundamental stuff going on, real grassroots changes that you might be wanting to look at. And it might only be subtle changes, but if you change something at the base, even by a fraction, by the time you get up to your life, it's actually quite a big change. So it's looking at these smaller things. So we're going to be pulling just 3 cards on these petals here to sort of see what's going on this sort of front. We've got the High Priestess at the bottom. So let me just take a bit of tea. So this is your karmic path on your relationship side. And you do have that mutable water and mutable fire. And on this one here is the karmic path for your material front, your business, jobs and stuff like that. And here you have fixed water and fixed fire. And then you have on the influences from the universe where you have your cardinal water and cardinal fire. Your cardinal fire, obviously, from you. And your cardinal water coming in from Capricorn. And the cardinal energy is both going upwards. So it's a very outward looking vibration, which you do have, Aries, within your business or within your projects or within your job and stuff like that. You do get involved. You do get... you do your best. You're an amazing part of the team. There's no doubt about it, because you will do the work. There's no, that's within you. That's what it's like, and it's also having that just side, so things are in balance. So you're not. Well, I say you shouldn't be working for everybody else, but you do tend to do that. Okay, so above there you do have that water from Pisces coming in through here. So it will affect the way in which you actually put things into place, and it will be a little bit more emotionally driven. But these are the ones that looks like it's going to be the most effective. So let's just see what's happening on your karmic path on your relationship side. And it is mutable, so there is give and take. But you can be very passionate. When that fire builds in you, it really does build in you. So let's just see what's happening in here. It's like it's like firm but fair. That's the best way to say it. firm but fair and honest within the relationships that are around you. So it may be a moment, a watershed moment of sort of saying, I'm not going to take this on board anymore because I'm carrying too much of all the relationships. And it may be just realizing that sort of Six of Pentacles, that may well be it. Six of Pentacles sort of situation where there's a fair exchange. It's definitely heightened. So it may well be quite an emotional situation where you're dealing with the fundamentals in life, and it might be the time to have a really good chat with the people who you love around you, who you want the best for them and the best for you. And when everybody's good, everybody's good. And the main way of doing that is making sure that you are well to start with. Okay? So let's just see what the card comes. Oh, so it's lovely. So it is actually really quite nice for you. And as it does go up to the earth above you here, this crossing point under petal 10, I think it's gonna be a really nice sort of I'm glad everybody sees clearly now. Therefore we can just go on without any complications. And it seems like that's what the karmic thing is sort of saying to you here. So having these fundamental conversations with other people, or your relationships, people who are concerned with your relationships around you, should breed a lot of happiness. Okay? So that's really good. Let's just have a look on what's happening on your karmic front, on your material path, on your business and your jobs. Okay, so this is grassroots. I think this is a case of you will be able to see clearly how the nuts and bolts go into your job, project, or business. So you may be able to make adjustments at the way we do things, or the way business is done, or the way you run your business, or the way you do your job, how you work with the other team members within your job, how you progress in your career. It's just changing those little things at the base. So let's just say there was a free-for-all and everybody can go for a coffee break when they want to. Therefore, there's moments when the phones are not being answered. I'm just taking an example just to show you how it works. And you'll realize this and you'll kind of say, okay, guys, we need to sort it out so where there's always at least two people on the phone, so the phones are being answered. And that will make everybody's life easier, including yours. And this is this sort of thing that you should be looking at within the eclipse. And it could be very emotionally driven as well. Okay? So that's what it seems to be like on that sort of front. It's almost like it's like a new cycle coming up. Oh, nurturing. So nurturing, yeah, it is this. Maybe it's a case of stepping into a position of being that wise person, or that serene person that can actually help everybody around you within your business, job, and all of that. And it's nurturing those sort of relationships with other people and nurturing those passions and emotions of the world around you. Okay? So that's what seems to be coming to the surface. Let's see how the universe is trying to sort of like influence you. And this is about the coincidences that are around you. And it'd be really good to use your solar plexus within this situation here to shine a light on that plant. He's feeding that plant with energy and nurturing it. And you could do that with your solar plexus, which is your courage in order to do things. Okay, so let's just see what's happening in here. It seems like the universe is trying to bring you more serenity. So this is what I was saying earlier on in that. It seems like they're backing that up, like with the sun. They're almost sort of saying, success and work should be fun. You should enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, I hope you're earning enough money so you can enjoy life next to it. If you're not enjoying life next to it, maybe it's a case of looking at how you put the little mechanics within your life so you do. Because the world would be a better place when everybody is enjoying what they're doing, Okay, so it seems like that sort of thing. The Eight of Swords. Obviously, this could be a really bad card, but this is a clarification card. It's not giving us direction. So this is what it's sort of saying here is the universe is trying to help you become unstuck or painted yourself into a corner with regards to job and stuff like that. I think it's a case where the universe is trying to sort of help you unstick yourself from a sticky situation. And this is going to need you to sort of look at those nuts and bolts during this week and nurture those relationships that are around you. Use the High Priestess and see clearly. Okay, there you go, Aries. Hope you have a lovely eclipse. I will see you for the weeklies, of course, on this channel, which you would need to subscribe and click that bell, become part of the Astroflower family. You're more than welcome. We also do loads of stuff on Instagram as well, so you might want to get over to there. In the meantime, also Cymatic TV to see what's going on in the sun in that week with the energy coming from the sun. So in the meantime, Aries, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy. And I will see you at the weekend. Cancer. How you doing, Cancer? Hope you're well. Welcome to the Astroflower family meeting for the eclipse of May the 16th. Sorry, I do apologise. So we're looking at those combinations of water and fire. Now, you're a false water sign, like Capricorn is a false earth sign. You've actually got more earth in you than water. This makes you very astute businessly and also astute of building that family. And you don't have any crossing of fire and water within your sign. But you do have it coming into the fire that's coming into on two sections here where it crosses your water. So, and you do have that fire as well coming up through you on the base. So I would like to do petal 7, and this is how your guides are trying to influence your karmic path on your material sort of side. I'd like to do that, but I'd also like to do on the conversation, this side here, where you have your guides trying to influence the conversation that is within you on your relationship side. And I think I'm going to do one up in petal 10 of how you combine it in the world around you, because that's where your waters are going to be tried the most with society. Okay, so let's just have a look of seeing what the main message is coming through here on this. We're going to start on this side. So this is how the universe is trying to influence. Sorry, it's up here. I do apologize. This is how the guides are trying to influence your karmic path as you go forward. And you'll be able to see all of that on your weeklies at the weekend. And that will be leading into the eclipse. So it'd be good to watch the weeklies this week. Okay, so let's just get the message of what the guides are trying to do, trying to help you out with that. So you've got that cardinal, your cardinal water that comes up through there. And then you've got that cardinal fire that actually comes into you. So it's your passions are driven by the outside world, as it were. And it's going to try a little bit of your emotions, of how you convert your ideas, your earth, into your emotional waters. And on this side, it's really going to be more sort of the outside of the world that's actually affecting you. And I think it's, for you guys, I think it's more of a case of unifying the outside world with you, or you with the outside world. It's a case of finding your place within your business, within your job, within your projects, finding that place that works for you and also for the business and the job. That's what it seems like that they're trying to do. Encourage this moment of seeing things clearly through the eclipse, exposing everything that is around you that you can see clearly, and then it'll help you really to move on. Let's just see what the... do you know what? I was going to say the devil, because this is what the devil does, and this is brilliant for you guys. It's a Capricorn card, which is your opposite sign, because you are 2/3 water, 1/3 earth. Capricorn, who is opposite you in the Astroflower, is 2/3 water, 1/3 earth. 2/3 earth, 1/3 water. And I think this is what it's doing here. In the business sort of side of things, your guides are exposing things. So Lucifer, or the devil, is the light bearer. He just shines light on the greater path. And this is where we are tempted to leave our path because we can see other things and move off our path. I think for you, because you have that fixed earth that goes down the back of this petal, there's a limit to that. So you're not going to sell yourself short. And this is where you can actually then connect the things on the exterior of your path with the people around you, therefore making benefits not only for you, but also for all of the people around you. If you do that within your business and your job or your projects, it's going to make your projects a lot more solid, a lot more sure and defined of how it's going to go forward. Okay? So let's just have a look how the guides are trying to influence that conversation that is within you. I'm just looking at the elements there, because there is a definite two sides to the story here. You've got that mutable earth and mutable air below it. You know what it's like. You know the saying, you give that and they take that. It's almost as if it's sort of saying, within the relationship world, it's good to give, but it's better if there's a fair exchange. And I think this is going to become more and more important as collectively as we go on. And this appears to be where, in this situation, you have to assess that on a very day-to-day basis, in the here and now, within that conversation that is behind you. So then you can turn around and sort of say to people, you know, I'd love to help out, but if I help you out, I can't do this and this and this and this. My life will be too difficult. So therefore, unfortunately, I love you dearly, but I've got to say no. And it's on a mental level rather than on a body level. And you might want to listen to your solar plexus here about how this is. Have that courage to turn around and actually provide for you, because normally you are providing for others. So it would be a good idea for you to think of yourself occasionally. You know, when you make a chocolate cake, you've always got to keep a piece for yourself. You may want to give it to everybody, fine, but make sure you keep a piece for yourself, because then you'll know if that chocolate cake is any good. Because if it's no good, people will say to you, oh, what a lovely chocolate cake, to your face. And then they turn around and go, oh my God, can I ditch this somewhere? You know, at least if you eat it, you'll kind of go, yeah, no, it's a little rubbish, this chocolate cake. I love cake. But so you need to keep a morsel for yourself. So you need to enjoy your life yourself. And that's what I think they're trying to encourage there. 10 of Cups. This is where the relationships, you know, will be healthy relationships. This is what it's trying to build for you within that mental aspect of it. A healthy relationship with the people around you. Let's just have a look at what's going on the interaction and generally with everyday life. And this is not necessarily people you're in relationships or business with. This could also be with just the people that you meet in your life in general. But it would also connect to the relationships and the business and etc. If you've got this clarity on both sides, and you can see this on both sides, you're going to free yourself up. That's what it appears to be. And it will be a case of things will just fall aside. Any ties or things that have been holding you back in the past may well be left in the past. Okay? The Sun. Looks really good for you, Cancer. Looks really good for you. I'm really happy for you guys. That's really nice. That's really nice. So you're looking for this happiness. You're looking for this happiness. Do you know what? Because I'm like that. I'm going to give you a bit of a bonus. I just want to see a clarification what's going on this side. I'm not going to channel it. I just want to clarify it with the cards. You're obviously going to need to see your weeklies. So you're going to want to subscribe and click that bell on this channel in order to see your weeklies. Let's just Temperance. And that is what the eclipse is all about. I didn't actually mention it at the beginning video, but it is about timing, I think, this eclipse. It's all about timing. And if you can do that on your professional side of life, it's going to make life very, very abundant and happy for you. Okay, so there you go. Don't forget to watch Cymatic TV because we will be giving updates on what's going on in the sun. I haven't been able to do it last week. It's just been so busy, so hectic. It's been really good. And I'm really chuffed with all the subscriptions that you've been giving to this channel, and sharing this video does help as well, because it gets everybody on the same page. If we're all on the same page, life is going to be a lot easier. In the meantime, if I don't see you on Cymatic TV, I'd love to see you for your weeklies. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. So there you go, Cancer. So moving on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. So yes, how's it going? I hope it's going well, because it's going well for me, and it seems like this change of that Taurus event seems to be very beneficial for Capricorn, actually. Certainly with the Pluto in retrograde, I think is helping Capricorn, because we've come to the end of a very long journey with that Pluto, and it's coming out of Pluto, and it'll be out by the end of the year, and it's gonna, you better strap in, because it's gonna take off. So what we're looking here is the combination of water and fire within you, and see how those sort of play out in these petals. We're going to be pulling 3 cards just to sort of get a bit of clarification. Looking at your flower, which you can see here, you do have that water and fire going up through you. The water is obviously from your good selves, and that fire is from Aries. And it's going upwards, so it's projecting outwards. So the universe or the world around you tries to encourage you out of your shell, and sometimes you can be a bit of a loner. Well, I wouldn't say loner, that's a bit harsh, because I'm Capricorn as well. It's more of a case where you can be a little bit sort of reserved, let's put it that way. And the universe is constantly through your life trying to give you incentives and trying to pull you out of your out of that sort of aspect of being reserved. So we're going to be pulling it on that. I want to also pull it on this side here, simply because you've got that mutable fire coming in from Sagittarius with that mutable water from Pisces. Now these two mutable sections here, where this connection here, I think is going to be the most important part for you guys. And it's the base of that petal. It's a conversation of how the conversation that you guys are trying to influence, the conversation that is within you. I also want to do on the other side, on the conversation, simply because you've got that fire, that mutable fire there, and opposite you've got the fixed water of Scorpio coming into you. And this may sort of, on your business front, it may sit you in a situation kind of going, I've got to choose between my passions and my emotions. And it may be a bit more tricky, this one. Okay, so let's just what we're going to do is we're going to channel those messages. If you haven't subscribed, come and join us in the Astroflower family. It's an amazing thing. This tool here is to really help you, help all of us get get the best out of life. If I can get the best out of life, that means it's going to be better for you. If you get the best out of life, it's going to mean it's better for me. We're all in it together. No one's going anywhere. It's good to be here with you. So let's just see how that universe is trying to pull you out of your reserve sort of thing, and how it will expose those sort of situations. You know what it's, I don't know if you've got any orchids. I love orchids. I haven't actually got any here with me at the moment, but I do love orchids, and they seem to grow really well with me. I'm really good with plants, but anyway. You know that moment where the orchid, when you got the flower that's in that bud, and you know it's going to open out, you know it's going to be an amazing thing. And this is what this is about. It's showing you the possibilities of a brighter tomorrow, where you can combine your emotions and your passions within the relationships around you. That is to say that if I want to go down the beach, I can then say to my neighbors, to my friends, to my family, to my lover, I can say, I want to go down the beach. And you may have several people kind of going, great idea, let's come, I'll come with you. They come with you down the beach and you have an amazing time and you discover a part of that person that you never discovered before because you just said, I'd like to do this. And this is where you're noticing where some of your passions can actually connect with the relationships around you. And it's looks really vibrant, really. Okay. Oh, Ace of Wands. Yeah, totally. This is going to be good for you guys. This is going to be listening to the universe, listening to those coincidences around you. And it may be a case where you're out somewhere and you hear you're in a cafe somewhere getting a coffee or something, and someone says something that you can hear in the background, and that sparked something in you and said, yeah, that's a great idea. I'd like to do something like that. And that's when you can then start applying your passions within the relationships around you. I think it's going to be really good. Pay attention to the coincidences and the world that is around you. Let's just see how the conversation's going within you. So it's outward. So it's definitely outward looking within the connection with the rest of the world. It's finding balance, finding harmony with the outside world, but it's not imposing yourself on the outside world. It's more of a case of applying yourself in the outside world, which is true to you. So you're not putting things out there because you think that's what the outside world looks like to see. You're putting it out there is because that is you. That's what it seems like, you know. Page of Cups. So yeah, it's fishing for miracles. If you put it out there, this comes back to this sort of thing, this connection here about sort of saying, connecting with other people, trying to spark pleasures within other people because they come from your pleasures. I think this is what this Page of Cup here. And I think within the conversation within you, within that conversation that we all have, that little voice that's sort of saying, why don't you just ask, why don't you ask Joseph if he wants to go to this place? Or why don't you ask Mary Jane, or Sophie if she wants to go here or whatever. It's listening to that voice, encouraging it, go, pigs may fly. You may get that miracle moment where you allow your love to shine. And it's very much connected with the outside world. And yeah, so it's going to have that cardinal earth that comes through, which is your cardinal earth, and that fixed air of Aquarius, which is just next to you. And that's going to encourage it to be mentally and physically stimulating those passions. Okay, so that looks really good as well. Looking good for you. This may well be the tricky part. Okay, as I said, that conversation that was within you, this is regarding to your business, jobs, and that sort of thing. You're going to be in a position where you can be the peacekeeper. That's what it seems like. Now, don't get into a position where you're the messenger that gets shot. Just recognize in the situation over those days there that this person has an issue with this person within your job or within your business or your projects. How can we find a solution and a middle ground between these two people who have issues? Or it could be a more sort of situation rather than people as well. How does the business work? We're having issues with this aspect of the business and an issue with this aspect of the business or job. How can we adjust those situations so the issues turn into beneficial solutions? Page of Swords. Really good for you here. Really good for you. Really, really good for you. So Page of Swords is that light aspect of childlike in a way, but very studious. You have a very fine, defined line. She's walking on that sort of line going across from one side to the other, but she's got lots of ideas, and it's all coming through understanding and learning of how things work. And you are perfect for that, Capricorn. Absolutely perfect. So it looks really good for you, this eclipse. It looks like a real turning point, and I think Pluto is helping you out there. So there you go, Capricorn. As I say, It will depend upon the sun and the effects of the sun. So get over to Cymatic TV, go and have a look at the energy updates that we've been doing now. I didn't manage to do one last week. It's just been so hectic at the moment. It's doing really well. And I'd love to thank everybody for your comments and your subscriptions. Just a quick word out to Ventum. I've opened up a couple more days for sessions, which you will find in personal readings, the link in the personal readings down below. I've opened up a few extra days in order to try and get the backlog. I've got a lot of people, the waiting list is growing a little bit. So I'm trying to sort of help as many as I can as possible, and get things through. In the meantime, it's lovely to have you here. If you're not subscribed and part of the Astroflower family, why not give it a go? You only need to subscribe and click that bell. It's not going to cost you anything. And it'd be lovely to have you here. The more we're here, the better life is going to be. And obviously, share this information, share this video, because if we all do get on the same page, it's going to make life so easy for the world. And this is how we could change it all. It's going to be great fun. I'm really looking forward to the next 2 or 3 years. Once we can get through all of the superficial stuff that's causing a lot of angst and pain for people. But those sort of people causing the angst and pain will soon be out of the way. Okay? Yes, because that's the way the vibration goes. In the meantime, Capricorn, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Right, Capricorn, that's all you done and dusted, as it were. Let's have a look at our next one, which is Gemini. Gemini, welcome to your reading of the eclipse. First things first, I love you guys for the support you've been giving us over the past sort of month. It's been absolutely beautiful. Your subscriptions, comments, likes, and sharing has been really proactive, and it's helping us. And it's lovely to feel part of it. It's feeling like I'm finding that greater family with you guys. It's absolutely brilliant. If you're not part of the Astroflower family, just join it. It's a case of subscribing and clicking that bell. You'll love it. We'll have some great fun. It should make your life a lot easier. And this is what the Astroflower is all about. It's a tool to sort of help you, put you in the driving seat of your life. And once you're in the driving seat of your life, this world is going to change very quickly. So it should be good fun. Let's have a look at your, before we pull any cards, you mainly got water, you got fire, earth, fire, earth, fire, earth at your base. And this is that whole processing that you like doing, of processing things, of pushing things from starting from one place and going through a process to get the results at the end. And that seems to work really well for you. If we're looking at the combination of fire and water, it's all on the business side. For you guys, it's within petal 1, but we also have that crossing point, which is in here, where you have that cardinal fire coming in from Aries and that cardinal earth converting to cardinal water from Cancer. So we're really going to go all the way up the business side. I think this is going to be more so than on the other side. Do you know what? I think we're going to pull 4 for you. You're going to be lucky here. We're going to pull 4 for you, because I'd like to do this side because you've got that cardinal water there and that fixed fire coming through there from Leo. And it may put you in a situation where you're going to have to be, it's going to force you to make decisions. I'll get there in a minute. Okay, so I think we're going to do this petal here, this petal here, and this petal here. So this is petal 4, the influence from the universe on your karmic path on the material front, on the business and financial front. This is how the conversation is going here. This is how the guys are trying to help this conversation in your subconscious. And this is how the guys are trying to help this conversation within your subconscious on your relationship side. So let's just pull that there. I seem to want to have another little shuffle for that other one over there, because it's a bit of a different card. So let's just have a look at that. Obviously, this will be affected. This reading will be affected according to what's going on in the sun, which you will need to go over to the Cymatic TV to see that. So let's just sort of channel this information, see what we got here. how the universe is sort of trying to influence you. You've got the mutables here, so it is give and take in it. It's asking you to offer things up, but it's not like sacrificing yourself. There is an aspect where you need to profit from this offering. So if I'm going to invest in something, I give my time, my money, my resources to some project. I invest in that project, but there will be supposedly some sort of returns on my investment. And that's what it's sort of saying here. You have to put out to get back. And it's not that you don't put out, Gemini, you do put out. You're very good with everybody else. You certainly help a lot of people. You're very good at helping people, organize their lives and stuff like that and process things and, like doing their end of year taxes, that sort of thing. You tend to help people do that sort of thing. My grandfather was a Gemini, absolutely lovely man, seriously lovely man, and he used to help everybody right up to the last days. Even when he was 95, he was still doing it. He's an amazing guy. So you Geminis, you can really do it. So I think this is a case here that the universe is trying to sort of encourage you to explore that idea of what I put into the world and what I get back from it. King of Pentacles, lovely. Nice. So this is basically learning that process that if I invest $5, pounds, euros, or whatever, or yen or whatever, I invest that, and what is my return from that? And this is where I can calculate it. This is where the knowledge comes from, ledgers and stuff like that. It's also to do with the family, with the wolves, and being the head of that family. So it's going to ask you to step up to the plate and be part of it, really, from the May the 16th. It's going to be very interesting. And if you looked at the eclipse readings that we did, that's going to go right through to October. And we're going to get the results in October. So these are long-term results, I think. These are long-term results. Let's stick on the financial sort of side, but it looks really good how the universe is trying to influence you here. Don't be anybody's fool. You're not a fool, Gemini, but sometimes you will gladly take it in the neck for some other people because you're nice like that. You won't do it twice for the same person, and you won't necessarily take it in the neck for the others. That's probably the wrong way about it, but just be careful of your generous side that it doesn't get taken advantage of. Yeah, Chariot coming in quickly. So it may be a case here of not being a fool or not being taken for a fool. As things are going to change in your life, and this is where you have the cardinal water coming up here and the cardinal fire. So the cardinal passions from the outside world will come in really quickly. You might find in your business or within your job that there's lots of things going on. There's lots of input, and it's going to drive your emotions upwards and within to your everyday life of how you live your everyday life. And it's taking breathers. That's what it's all about. Don't forget, a bit of meditation will help you out loads in order to sort the chaff from the wheat so you're not getting overloaded and overloaded where you become you say yes to someone because you're concentrating on something else, if you know what I mean. It just seems that way. Just so as the speed comes in, sometimes it's like a boomerang in a way. As that opportunity or that situation comes in, some of them you might want to just let them fly out because that boomerang, it will come back onto your path. And that's what the karma's all about. It will just float back round and come back round. You will have another opportunity in the future to sort of grab it and kind of examine it and see what's what. But at the moment, just be wary of all those passions that come in from the outside world and choose the ones that go well for you. Yeah, that's what that clarity of vision is all about, which is the eclipse is all about. Let's go on to the emotional or the relationship side of things. Time to move on. Don't look behind you. That's the overall message, in a way. King of Cups. Beautiful card to have in that position. You've got two kings here. And it's coming in, that's coming in quite quickly on that sort of side. So on this side here, it's this is what the King of Cups, once you decide what emotions you want to experience on a subconscious level within your life, it will reproduce in your conscious level in your life, in your here and now around you. And as you do, you'll have plain sailing. And I think this is where your guides are trying to influence it, your conversation within you, to help this side here so you don't get overwrought or overrun by everything that's sort of going through your life within your business and financial sort of side of life. This is where you've got to let things go and just sit within your space and just relax and enjoy it. And if you do that, then therefore you can be in touch with your emotions and you will be able to help develop relationships with people around you very much on the here and now. So it's going to be the turn of a coin. So it may be a case that you had an argument with someone or it went difficult within a relationship. Now it's going to be a situation saying, okay, I say it clearly. I want to go ahead and do this. Do you want to come with me? And are we going to progress this relationship? If we're not, that's fine. I love you dearly, but I am going to be moving in this direction. So this seems to be sort of like the conversation is helping you to sort of be a little bit more sort of cool or relaxed within your emotions. Okay? Yeah. So there you go, Gemini. I hope that helps you to position yourself before the eclipse, because that's the really important part. And I will see you for your weeklies once you've subscribed and clicked that bell, so then you get the notifications for these the weeklies that will be coming out on the I'm not sure what sign it's for you, but they come out Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and you'll be able to sort of see that on our channel and get the weekly readings for the week of the eclipse. In the meantime, Gemini, if I don't see you on Scientific TV, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Okay? Leo. Now, Leo, passionate Leo, honourable Leo, how are you guys doing? Lovely to have you here. Glad to see you're part of the Astroflower family. You would have subscribed and clicked that bell, obviously, to be part of it. How are you doing? The fire, because you are 2/3 fire, 1/3 earth, like Taurus is 2/3 earth and 1/3 fire. You don't have a lot of water running through you, and this is where you're honourable, because you don't allow your emotions to run muck in your life like some people can do. So you're not a loose cannon. You know what you're doing, you know where you're going, you're on a mission in life, and it's good to see. And that is where the fire on the outside is really going to be the most affecting one for you. You do have that cardinal water coming in from Cancer, which comes across this here and now. So I would like to do these 3 top petals. I think it's going to be affecting those interactions with the outside world more than anything else. You'll just see clearly how the mechanics of your relationships, your business, and your life in general interacts with everything that's going on around you. I think that's what's going to help you in the eclipse, to see things really clearly of what's going on. You do have fire at your base here. So on this petal here, and on this petal here, which is the karmic path on your material front, on your financial or projects and stuff like that. And this is on how the universe sort of influences you. So I think it will, It will ask for certain adjustments of how you apply your passions on the very base of your business or the base of your job, the fundamental parts of your job, and how it interacts with the world around you, or how it's influenced by other people within the work that you're doing, the company that you work for, or within your business or within your projects. Okay. Yeah, so as I said, it's going to be affected by the sun and how the sun affects the earth. Will you be able to see how the sun affects the earth? And then obviously you and I and our chakra system and our energy, you'll be able to see that on Cymatic TV, which is linked in the description below. But let's go through this section here, because you do have that mutable earth that comes through there, which comes from Virgo, which is a pure earth sign. There's only 4 pure signs. There's Virgo, Libra, Aries, and Pisces. I'll get over it. Okay, so these are how the conversation is very much on the here and now for you guys. So this is how these are the guides trying to influence you on your conversation, advise you. So it's like the old cartoons with the devil and the angel, Tom and Jerry, and they sit on there and one saying do this, the other one saying don't do this, and stuff like that. But it's also going to influence you in how you interact with the world around you. Okay? And those emotions are going to come in from the outside world. So it's how you sort of integrate those emotions from the outside world within you. And it's going to provoke the emotions within you, within the center of you, and how you position yourself. Okay? Let me just get a drink because I've... Okay, so I'm going to start on this side because this is where you got the main section going on. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence you on your business, your projects, and your job and stuff like that. You're on your own path. I'm on my own path. Everybody's on their own path. I am not your judge. You are not my judge. That's just the way it goes. You're the only one who sees what you do with your own hands. Therefore, you are your own judge. And it seems like that the emotional judgment coming from the outside world is... You don't need to take it on board. You need to realise that people who are judging you is because they're really judging themselves, maybe. That could be the real possibility of what's going on. So I would be just wary about judgment from the outside world, emotional judgment from the outside world upon you. They don't know what you've been through to get to where you are. They don't know what decisions they would have made on your path. They're only judging the here and now that they see on the outside. So you should never judge a book by its cover, I guess. That's the thing. Okay, let's just see how that's, healing, exactly. So take the time out to just sort of kind of let the water run off you like the water off the back of a duck. I wouldn't take too much notice of the outside world during this period here. But it will also help you to see clearly how people are. Okay? So that's how it's doing on the financial sort of side. So I would just continue on with your path and be conscious of how people are, applying their emotions to you or to your business or to your job or to your projects. And if you do that, then you'll be able to see clearly what sort of people you want to work with in the future. Okay, let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that karmic conversation within you on the relationship sort of side. And this is different. So you got the fixed fire on the outside and the cardinal water on the inside. So it's going to be one against the other. So it's almost like it's like choices here. This sort of situation. We're not on the same path, as I said earlier on, and you are in somebody's life at some particular time for a reason. They are in your life at some particular time at some reason. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be constantly in their life or they have to be constantly in your life through the entire thing. It could be just meeting someone for, 5-10 minutes when you've met them at a garage or something when you're fixing your car and they've just helped you out loads. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sort of integrate them within your life, as it were. So it's a case here of sort of saying with you, sort of that conversation that is within you, almost being in a position sort of saying, am I a benefit to this person? Is this person a benefit to me? Are we helping each other mutually? If not, then maybe we shouldn't be trying to push this on a little bit. 4 of Cups. So it could be, so don't be scared of not missing an opportunity, because some opportunities are not worth having or not worth taking. So be very selective about how you do that. If you realise it, then you won't be sort of getting in a bit of a tizzy fit, in a situation that's going to cause you problems. You're going to realise that you've got everything that you need. You've got that Ace of Cups, and I would explore that Ace of Cups within you and see who is around you when you're exploring, because those are the people maybe that you should be investing in within your life. So so it's going to be it looks like it's going to be a real big eye opener for you guys. Not eye opener in a way of kind of going, oh my god, it's going to be really an eye opener. Okay, didn't think you were like that, or I didn't think we were like that. Maybe we could do things differently. And then if you've got someone in front of you that is able to sort of consciously have that give and take and that fair exchange, it's going to be a fantastic propelling moment in your life. If they're not, it's also going to be a fantastic propelling moment, because you're going to be able to turn around and sort of say, okay, I love being with you and everything like that. I'm just going over there, So, just be clear about what you want to experience, and not necessarily making that judgment straight away. Allow things to happen around you, and this is what this healing thing's all about on the other side and on that side, because it's a bit of a waiting card, a bit of a missed opportunity sort of situation. It's a case of just sort of saying, okay, I'm going to stop and see how that opportunity manifests itself within my relationships around me, and then I can choose wisely. So in the interaction with the world around you, and this is where you've got that water coming across the base there, and your cardinal fire, and your fixed fire above it. Yeah, just don't get your fingers burnt. I'll be a little bit cautious at the moment. Not cautious of others, just cautious that you don't want to put everything out in show, because people or businesses or situations may not be kind or conscious enough to realize that you can't just rip things from people. 3 of Wands. It is going on a bit of a journey here, and it is starting that whole process of kind of going, I've realized now what I want, and I've got to go on that journey and going forward. And you seem to be, it's going to be a case of not to get ripped off. So as you start this journey here, this is when you're going to realize the people that are around you that's going to be good for you. And it's going to be driving those passions, but constant passions within you, allowing those emotions to come into you, which is going to fuel that journey as you go forward. So look forward, look in front of you, don't look behind you. If you look behind you, you may feel a little bit sort of disappointed, and it may tire you out. So don't forget to take time for yourself and space, and just keep on with your journey, going forward on that mission. Okay, so there you go, Leo. Absolutely brilliant. I really do appreciate all the subscriptions that you've provided this channel, and I'm glad to see you're part of the Astroflower family. The solutions are in our hands. It's not in my hands, it's not in your hands, it's in our hands. And together we could really do some amazing things. So you might want to share this video so everybody gets on the same page. It'd be really good. You might want to subscribe because we're going to get the weeklies coming out, which will be coming out Thursday, Friday and Saturday and Sunday this week. And we're going to try and stick to that rhythm now that we've got a rhythm in YouTube. It's going to be out through elements each time. So just see on our channel, you'll need to subscribe and click that bell in order to do that. And then it'd be beautiful to see you here. And we can also see you over on Cymatic TV and on Instagram. In the meantime, Leo, don't forget life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Libra. So let's have a quick look at your flower here. We've got the flower in front of us, which you can well see. And you have two bits of fire that are going between your two guides. So the guides that are influencing your karmic path and the guides that are influencing the conversation that is going on within you in your subconscious. So it's basically, it may give an eye-opener to how you convert your karmic path into your subconscious by the looks of things, according to how your guides interact with one another. So you might have even noticed your guides popping in occasionally, Libra. This is because they're sort of maybe teeing up for this sort of situation. The other aspect is the water. Now the water comes in from here, and this is coming in from Scorpio, which you have running across below petal 10 through to petal 9. But you also have that cardinal water that comes in from Capricorn over this side. And it's also in line with your cardinal air. So I think we're going to be using these 3 petals here. And this petal here is how the universe is trying to influence your karmic path. And as the cardinal energies are moving upwards, it's a very much more of a sort of energy on the relationship front of how you apply your mental and emotional sort of states going forward, and how that you interact, or the universe interacts with you, trying to encourage you a little bit out of your shell. Because sometimes, Libra, you can be a little bit sort of reserved, and with that reservation can lead to hesitancy and stuff like that. So it's quite nice to listen to the universe that is around you. But this is really on a super subconscious level, and how you apply yourself in your karmic path will help to stimulate that side in the future. So we're going to pull 3 cards on this section here, and we're just going to see what sort of comes out for you in petals 1, petals 8 and petals 9. So let's just see what we got for you here, Libra. If you're not already part of the Astroflower family, please come and join us. You only got to subscribe and click that bell, and you're more than welcome. And we'll be doing weekly readings at the weekend on Thursday, Friday and Saturday and Sunday night, which you will find on this channel. So let's just douse this message that we're getting here. So let's just see. We've only got the water side of it rather than the mental sort of side, the air side. It's sort of saying, let your waters flow, let your emotions flow, let yourself get into that rhythm of the world around you so you can enjoy life a lot better. And it's almost as if like it's a case of seeing the situation where you can allow the universe to take the weight and the strain of your karmic path in a way. And I think this will give you a bit of a break for that 6-month period between May and October, where the universe will sort of carrying you through. They're really encouraging, actually. They're encouraging it to make it very light and easygoing. That's, I think, the best way to sort of describe it. Let's see what we've got in the way of. Well, that's not an easy. It's not an easygoing card, but this could mean that there is a definite change, a definite moment of transition from before and afterwards. If you do let yourself go and start allowing the universe to provide for you in a way, in the emotional sort of sense and the relationship sort of sense, it means it may be the fact that you were walking away from some time of being anxious or sort of highly sensitive when it comes down to relationships and stuff like that. And it's asking you here to sort of kind of put that behind you, that sort of Ten of Swords sort of situation, so you can actually move on with pure joy and happiness. And as it influences your karmic path, it should be able to allow you to build a lot more on your relationships with the people around you. And it should be, it looks quite encouraging, that sort of aspect, to see how, you can allow your community, your friends, family, your lovers actually come in and support you rather than you having to do a lot of the legwork, as it were, because you tend to sort of run around trying to make everything work and trying very hard, and maybe you don't need to try so hard. And that's what it's sort of saying. When you see things clearly, which seems to be what's going to be happening during this eclipse, when you see things clearly, you might be able to just sort of sit back, relax, and allow the universe to take the strain. Okay, let's just continue this flow through. Now, what we have here is we have fire here and water here. So these two are opposites. So it looks like there's going to be, it's more of a case of a choice than anything else, or where your emotions are pitted against your passions, and it's a bit sort of, which should I follow in a way? That's the sort of situation. And it, within the conversation within you, and Libra, you tend to do this all the time. You see both sides, and if you latch onto one side, you're going to be super positive. If you latch onto the other side, you could be super negative about the outcome or pessimistic about the outcome. So this is all about sort of like the choice between the two. You have your cardinal air sort of coming up around the outside. So let's just see how the passions lead into your water. Okay, so here we go. Not allowing opportunities to escape you. So it's a case of realizing that actually you have your happiness within you. Your happiness is not necessarily in your brain. It's not in our thinking. It's actually in our body, because that's where we feel things. We don't feel anything with our brain. And you're a pure air sign, so you've got pure mental elements that are going through you. And you have that because you're a pure air sign. You do have air also running through you, which is different from all other signs, to pure signs. So it's a case here of realizing that your pleasures and your passions and your emotions within the relationship side can actually, it's something to be experienced, and they can actually go hand in hand as long as you're a willing participant. And if you are willing to take part in the relationships, that conversation inside you seems like it's going to calm down. So you're going to have less doubt within you. It's going to be a little bit surer. You're going to feel more confident within the relationships that are around you. Okay? Ace of Pentacles. Nice. A nice starting journey. So it's relying on that earth there, that mutable earth, that's going to feed those both sides, because earth does go with fire and with water. And yeah, it's going to feed that long-term plan where you're going to realize that you could plant seeds for today for harvesting in the future. So when you plant seeds, it's obviously you're losing seeds, but you're actually planting for greater abundance in the future. And this is a little bit like the Page of Pentacles here. And it's the willingness to construct relationships around you, and very much on a mental, on the surface, in the subconscious level. So connecting with people around you that involves doing things and getting involved in pleasures like sort of going down the beach, going out for walks, playing music together, that sort of thing. Actually doing something physical which actually creates a relationship with someone. So that looks really, really good. Let's just see what's going on in your business, business and financial sort of side. And this is where the guides are also sort of speaking to you regarding to your job, your business, any projects and stuff like that. Let's just see what's going on there. Knowing what you know can achieve greater things tomorrow. So it's relying upon the harmonious side of that water, the emotions and those passions at the base. So if you have them in equal measure and you have a sort of mastery of that, therefore you should be able to have a situation where your guides will be able to now gain a certain clarity and won't have to talk to you so much. So you'll have less of the inner conversation when it comes to jobs, business, and projects. But the conversations you do have will be very clear and very straight, and you should really sort of not necessarily abide by them religiously, but certainly listen to them. Integrate them within your whole sort of spirit. And if you do that, it looks like you'll get that steady path that continually goes forward. Yeah. This is it. This is, the Hermit. The Hermit is shining his wisdom out as he's gone up that pathway. Each step is a learning process. It's not like the Hierophant. The Hierophant has got a straight stairway going to a star. And the actual Hermit is had to go around all the houses because he needs to learn, or the Hermit needs to learn every aspect about that mountain. This is very much a Libra card because you love to learn about everything, every aspect of what you're doing. And once you do understand it, you can allow your light to shine. So if you do have the emotions and your passions in harmony, you're certainly going to, it looks like it's going to bring success in a beautiful and constant way, which is built upon your understanding and your mastery of what you do. So if you're in a job that you love or a business that you enjoy, keep at it, do well, make sure you build on what you know and what you've understood through the business side of life and jobs and etc. And as you do, you'll be able to relate that sort of understanding to the world around you, which will in turn bring more success for you. So it looks like a good sort of changing point from this lunar eclipse for you. There is no shadow of doubt about it. The only worry thing, but it's not too much of a case because there is no fire down here, is this aspect of here. So I think maybe you just need to allow the universe to sort of carry you through. There you go, Libra. I hope it did. Hope this is going to help you out. This is help you to set yourself up for this eclipse as it's coming forward. And don't forget, it's the beginning part, a bit like the eclipse, the solar eclipse that we had earlier on, that we did readings on, because it's going to have another eclipse in October. the same with the solar eclipse in October. There was a beginning and an end to this. It's all about rhythms and stuff like that. If you have enjoyed this, please do like, subscribe, and also share it, because it's good to have everybody on the same page. In the meantime, Libra, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Okay, moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What's going on, Sag? How you doing? You've been a bit vague recently? I hope not. I hope you're sort of applying yourself. Interesting situation here, because you're one of these false signs like Capricorn. Myself, I'm a false element sign. And Cancer as well is a false element sign, but also Gemini, which is your opposite. And you've got a lot more air in you, a lot more mental stuff going on than fire. So your fire is literally just on the outside there. There is no fire on the inside of your flower at all. There's a lot of water. You know, look at that. You've got water there, mutable, water fixed, and water cardinal there. You've also got water fixed coming in through there. So there is a lot of water going on. And I think it's going to be interacting with this petal here, which is the petal of your guides, of how your guides are trying to influence your karmic path. And this is where you get the interaction on this section here, which seems to be the most important section within your relationship side. But you do have that sort of opposing fire and water on this petal here, which is just above it. So what I think we're going to do is actually we're going to do this petal here, which is your guides of trying to influence your karmic path. I'd like to do this side as well, because you have that fire and water coming through there. And that is how the guides influence your conversation that is within you, but on the financial or business side of life. I would also like to do one on the how you interact with the world around you. We might even go for a fourth one on there. We'll see how it goes. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, don't forget, if you want to join the Astroflower family, it's not complicated. You've just got to subscribe and click that bell so then you get notifications for all future readings. We have the weeklies coming out, and they will be coming out on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And it's going to be down to the elements, so you might want to see there. We will be announcing them obviously on Instagram as well. And obviously concerning the elements that are going through this, it will depend on how the sun interacts with it. So I would get over to Cymatic TV as well. You did get the fourth card after all. We'll come back to that one right at the end. Okay, so let's just get straight in there and see how that's affecting your guides and how they're influencing this part of your karmic path, which is very emotional and mental with that air and water, and which is going to be affected. I think you're going to be affected very emotionally by this moon. It should give you very good clarity, or maybe clarity within your emotions. And in order to get clarity, it's going to burn off a bit of that water. It's going to evaporate that bit of water. But that's good for you, because as it evaporates it's just going to create the air which is next to that water within these 3 petals here. So it's going to make it mentally really charged for you, a clarity of mental sort of state of how to see things going forward. And we're looking at this crossing point here of how it's influencing it, because it's your sort of mutable energies that go through it. So life should be fun. So life is for living. Sorry, life is for living. So just go ahead and live it. Enjoy it. That's what this guide is sort of trying to encourage from the outside world. Bring it into your life. So it's trying to encourage that whole idea of kind of going, we could all die tomorrow, which is true. We could all die tomorrow. Obviously, I don't hope that, because I've got kids, dogs, and everything like that. I also got myself, of course. But it's a case of living the here and now. That's what it seems to be, and this is what they seem to be encouraging you on your path. 4 of Swords. So this is where they could be sort of kind of going, don't worry, we've got this. Trust in your guides to manifest your karmic path into your life. So you don't have to concentrate about that. So you're not concentrating on kind of the karmic aspect of what should I be doing? Where should I be? Where should I be going? Should I be doing this? Is this karmically the best place for me to be doing within my relationships and stuff? And relationships of family, friends, and couples and stuff like that. And it's more of a case of sort of saying, I have that. You have that sort of space where your guides can actually take on that stress for you, which will then provide healing for you and serenity for you. Okay, so it's giving over a bit of your power, your solar plexus, to the outside guides in order to influence and allow the world to do it for you. Okay, so let's just see how we'll come back to that card. Let's just see how the conversation is going on the business and financial sort of side for that. It's very similar to this message here, and this is what the overall message for you is here. If you get opportunities, take them. I'd just take them. If you have to take more than one opportunity on the same time or same space, take them, because you can always then decide as you're approaching it. But also at the same time, I think the guides here on this conversation are helping you to put yourself in a position where you can be very abundant. 9 of Pentacles. Time to catch that fruit, get those opportunities, get them going. Allow it to happen for you. And just being completely when those opportunities arrive, don't kind of go, oh my God, there's too many things going on. No, it's more a case of kind of going, okay, I've got to deal with this. Okay, it should be good for you. Let's have a look what's going on Petal 10. This is your interaction with the world around you in general. It's either the 2 of Cups or the 9 of Cups, some sort of fountain, some sort of expression. It could even be the Ace of Cups. It just seems that sort of way, sort of like you're engaged, you're enjoying the here and now and the interaction with the world around you. It seems like really change of fortunes. This is really, really good for you, Sag. It's been coming up through your cards over the past month, 2 months, and you've got so much potential within you. So much potential. Seize this moment to change your fortunes in your life. Accept those opportunities. Let's just see what that sort of conflict and conversation, or within your emotional, how your guides are trying to affect you on that sort of side within your relationships and stuff like that. Don't take it to heart. Yeah, don't take your relationships too seriously at the moment. Don't put too much pressure on your relationships. That's what it's sort of saying there. Yeah, allow you to dream. Just float through your relationships. And I think this ties beautifully into this card here. And it's a case of sort of here, the choice is kind of, do I go hard on this relationship or do I just let it flow? And I think it's more a case of just letting it flow, allowing that cardinal earth coming in here from Capricorn to give you sort of structure to it. The outside world will give you structure to your relationship so you don't have to put any pressure on it. Okay, so there you go, Sag. I hope you did enjoy that. Now you're part of the Astroflower family. You must have subscribed and clicked that bell in order to do that. And don't forget, I'll see you over at Cymatic TV. We will be doing the weeklies, as I said earlier on, and I will see you there. In the meantime, Sagittarius, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Okay, so that was Sagittarius. Scorpio. Let's just see what's rocking and rolling for you guys. Been a bit of quite an amazing beginning part of the year, really, for you guys. It's been very experimental, which is unusual for Scorpio, to be honest. And you've gone out there and you've done it. I'm proud of you. You seem to be doing it well. Let's have a look what's going on in your flower, as you can well see here. Where's the fire? There isn't any, is there? That's the difficulty for Scorpio. You can see that, and I think Scorpio is coming out very shortly. Tanya's just finishing off the last bit of editing on the book as we speak, and it should be coming out for you, like the other books as well. And yeah, so you only have that mutable fire coming in here. You do have fixed fire, which is giving pressure upon this side of you here. But yeah, it's really this crossing point here, which is going to be the main effect. And it's going to affect you mentally within your mind. You're going to calculate a lot by the looks of things. It's also going to change how you emotionally engage with the outside world. Those are the two sides of it. So I'm actually going to pull petals 8, 9, and 10. So these are how the guides are trying to influence the conversation that is within you, but also the here and now that is within you. If you haven't subscribed and become part of the Astroflower family, why not? It's not going to cost you anything. You know, we're all trying to get on the same page. We're all trying to make life a lot better. Not just for you, but for us as individuals. And then when we make our lives better, everybody's life gets a lot better. So let's just see what's going on. Let's just pull a few cards and then we'll just read the message and let the cards clarify those messages. Okay, so let's see on this sort of side, and it's very much on the top surface. So it's going to be this card here is more sort of on this side, business sort of side. It's more of a sort of choice and opposing ideas between the emotions and the passions within your life. This is how you accumulate the passions and the emotions within your relationships. So this is going to be more sort of like accumulative. This is going to be more sort of choice aspect of it. And this is basically how you're going to mentally stimulate your emotions. So let's just see what's going on here in this conversation here. It doesn't matter. If people are going to judge other people, that they're probably really judging themselves. We can only reserve judgment for ourselves, never for anybody else. We don't know what they've done on their path in order to get to where they are today. And we don't know what we would have done on their path in order to get to where they are today. So it's a case here of sort of saying, I think you're going to realize around you the people that are actually, you're going to see behind the smiles of other people that are going to kind of go, not sure if they've got my best interests at heart. So it seems like it's going to help you sort the chaff from the wheat, and that will also allow you to free up and be a lot freer. So a lot of messages. Yes, this is good. This is really good for you, Scorpio. It's going to help you see a lot clearer. in your relationships around you. You don't have to act on it straight away, but you do need to act on it over the coming period of the next 6 months, because we're going to have another eclipse in October, and this is the starting of it. So you're going to see things a lot clearer now within the eyes or within the smiles of other people, and you'll see the people who are genuine and who are not really genuine. I think that's what the situation is here, and it's going to feed into your emotions of how you emotionally interact with other people and whether to give them time or not. Yeah. Okay, so let's just see what's happening on your business front. It's like a choice. So you may be given it may be an opportunity. You may feel that within your job or your business, you've got an opportunity to progress or move forward in your career or the projects. And it's just a question of how you move forward. Which path do you take? At the end of the day, if you take one path, you're gonna arrive at that place like that. And if you take the other path, you're still gonna arrive at the same place. The idea is to get the job done and get the business working properly, or working well, not only for you but for everybody around you, so it works ecologically, economically, and sociably. And once you can do that, I think the choice is going to be very clear, and it's how you're going to put it into perspective, which is that sort of side. That sort of seems to it's going to give you it's going to reveal a stark realization of how you can apply yourself within the world around you. Fortune, change of fortunes that are around you. Really lovely cards for you, Scorpio. Really, really nice. It seems like, because we've also got the eclipse in Scorpio at the end, and this is in Taurus, which is your opposite sign, which you work really well together with, you're gonna feel like there's a change of fortune. This is this step up in the career I was telling you about, and it's a real. You should seize this, and you should seize it on both sides by the looks of things. Let's just see what the interaction is with the world around you. Carefree, footloose and fancy free, which is not the easiest thing for Scorpios. You're not really big gamblers, are you? It's more of a case of being clear about what you're doing things. But yeah, this is a case of just kind of going, it's okay, relax, don't worry, footloose and fancy free. There's a definite, beautiful, bright future ahead of us. Don't worry about the missed opportunities. That's the clarification on it. If you concentrate on that one cup, that footloose and fancy free, you're going to be doing absolutely fine. If you concentrate on things like in the past, kind of going, oh, I could have had that opportunity, I should have had that opportunity. Why didn't I? You're not gonna get this. So be footloose and fancy free by the looks of it. Don't worry about past opportunities. Spilt milk. It's done, dusted. Move on. That's what you should be having sort of going through you at the moment, or this is what should be revealed within you. It may be a case as well that with that 8 of Wands over on this side, you might have been a little bit sort of disappointed with the certain relationships around you. But in the meantime, Scorpio, don't forget we do have our weeklies coming out. They'll be coming out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Please do do enjoy life. It's supposed to be fun. We will be affected by what's going on in the sun, so you will have to get onto Cymatic TV to have a look at that, to see what's going on that front. And that will affect these readings as we move into the eclipse, the lunar eclipse. But in the meantime, once you've joined the Astroflower family, don't forget life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Moving on to Taurus. This is the eclipse in your season. We went through that Taurus moment last week. It was very subtle, but I've noticed it within my life. I hope you noticed it within yours. Let's just see how this lunar eclipse is going to affect you. Now, you do have a lot of fire in you. You know, you have fire down at this base here. You also have fire coming in from the pure sign of Aries, which is next to you. You also have that fire coming up from Gemini, which is just next to you as well. And you also have that fire coming in from your good selves, which is down in this petal here, which has got you got this fire and water down in this section here. And then you've got that crossing point of fire and water up in this section here and in this section here. So unfortunately, we're going to have to pull 4 cards for you, I think, Taurus. I don't think we can go any other way. And it is your birthday season. So if it is your birthday, happy birthday. And this eclipse should be, should really be a pivotal point for you guys, I think. Very sort of pivotal point. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. You'll become part of the Astroflower family. And we do the weeklies. We also do the other stuff on Cymagic TV and loads of stuff on Instagram. Come and join us there. Let's just have a quick look at what's going on. So we've got the mutable fire and water on your karmic path on your business front. We also have the fixed fire and fixed water on how the influencing universe or how the universe is trying to influence your karmic path. And these 2 here are how your guides influence your relationship side to the conversation that was within you, and this is on your business side and the relationships within you. Let's get straight into the karmic path and see what's happening there. It's a long road to Tipperary. Is that right? It's a long road, life. So it's a case of being flexible. You could lose today in order to win tomorrow. A war is not won through one battle. You know, it's not that it should be fighting, obviously, but just trying to sort of give phrases that help you to understand it. Sometimes it's beneficial for you to lose. Sometimes it's beneficial for you not to lose, obviously. And sometimes that loss or being flexible, kind of going, I'll let that go because I need to concentrate on this aspect of it all. And it's going to sort of push you or open you up to new possibilities, new opportunities within your life. That's what it seems like. 5 of Pentacles. So this is where sometimes at the beginning, if you imagine I've got a garden, right, and I'm growing vegetables, I'm going to have to, at the end of the season, there might be a few courgettes still left on that plant, but I'm going to have to pull that courgette plant out so it stops growing in order to then free up the space to plant some more potatoes or whatever, or broccoli or cabbages, because you'll be moving into the season. I'll still take those courgettes that are a little bit twisted as they get at the end of the season, but at the same time, it's a loss for a gain. So it's just a step back to make more steps forward for you at the moment, and it's going to help you to see this clearer, or you'll feel it clearly within your karmic path, and you'll realize that some things are not worth fighting over or winning. Okay, so how is the universe going to be trying to influence this sort of clarity of vision of seeing things clearly of the karmic path? Fair exchange needs to be, yes, it's okay to lose today, but you can't lose every single day, because then it'd be a nightmare for you. No one wants that. It's not beneficial for anybody. So I think this is a case of here sort of saying, the universe is sort of saying, if you can do this, you're going to be able to be in a position where you're going to have a fair exchange, and it will build you up in the way of respect that you will gain from the people that are around you. Emperor, the respect for the people that are around you. And the Emperor is built, they're asking you to build your empire. And if you're building your empire, it's not just on one front, it's on several fronts. And it's okay to lose on certain fronts for the time being, so you can then actually progress on long term. Okay, so that's really good for you. The universe has really got your back here. Yeah. Okay, let's just go over to, let's stick on the financial sort of side. Let's just see how the conversation is trying to influence you on that sort of front. So it's bringing in opportunities because there's a choice going on here. It's bringing in opportunities into your life, and you should allow those passions that are coming in from the outside life in order to provide you with those opportunities. You get the Ten of Swords here, so it's very particular here. So as those passions are coming in, it might be a case of just walking away from. I think this ties into this. Walking away from confrontations or situations that cause you don't like losing. No one likes losing, but particularly Taurus doesn't like losing the situation. You've got to get over that because it's beneficial for you in the long term. So don't get self-pity. Don't get caught up in that sort of kind of, oh, I lost that, because you won't be able to see the opportunities in front of you. Just keep your head up and sort of saying, I lost that. Okay, fine. No worries. I'm concentrating on this bit. Allow the Emperor to really influence you. Let's just have a look what's going on the conversation that is within you, in your relationship sort of side. Shine like the sun. Isn't that not Led Zeppelin? Dark side of the moon, people. You know what hey, dark side of the moon. So shine like the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. It's enjoy this moment within your relationships with people around you. This is also this respect thing. And this may be a case of if you enjoy that relationship side, family, friends, couples, it may be a little bit sort of where you're going to have to work a little bit less in order for it to shine. Okay? Judgment. Ascension. This is moving up into a real position of serenity within your relationships that are around you. Really nice for you, actually, Taurus. Really, really nice for you. There is some things to deal with, but then life would be boring if it wasn't. The thing is, you can use this information to actually get you benefits. And also, if it benefits you, it's going to benefit everybody around you. So, as I say, we're going to have the weeklies coming out. You'll have to check out Somatic TV as well for the energy updates that we do there and what's going on for the sun in that coming week. The energy or the weeklies will be coming out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell in order to get notifications for that. In the meantime, Taurus, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Virgo, how you doing, Virgo? You are the stars this week. You have your support for this channel has been absolutely brilliant. And I thank you dearly, certainly do dearly. You've been very supportive this week. I hope life is treating you really well. If it's not, it should be. Make sure it does, okay? So we're going to just have a look at your flower here. This is for obviously the reading for the eclipse, the lunar eclipse. Okay, so you've got the fire that comes in here, in this petal here, how the universe is trying to influence your karmic path on your financial or material sort of side of life. And then you have that fire coming in across the top here, which comes in from Leo that is next to you. And it does cut into this water here. So, I think you're going to be the least affected by this eclipse. And I think it's going to be good for you that you need a break. You need a time where because you've been working hard. You've been working hard. And you're going to be coming into, your autumn period in the Gemini season. That's the start of your autumn period. It's probably good for you to just sort of like go under the radar a little bit. It seems like it's going to be affecting you a little bit less. You've got that water that comes in here and you've got that water that comes in there. So yeah, it's the two elements that you've got the least within your sign. You are a pure earth sign. So if anything, it will make life a little bit more concrete for you, which is really good. Which is really good. So I'm going to pull one down here simply because in fact, I'm going to pull this one here because you've got that cardinal water coming in there and that mutable fire at the base. And that's going to make choices in your life on your financial sort of aspect of your life. This is where you've got the combining forces here. And this is where the conversations of your guides is going to influence the conversation that is within you. You also have this same situation here on your financial side. So it could affect your financial side most of seeing clearly of how you do things in the coming future. You'll find the links to your flower in the descriptions below. Let's go into it straight away. Let's go straight into this financial sort of side of life. Let's see how the guides are trying to influence your karmic path and this choice aspect that's coming up. Your own personal success doesn't necessarily have to be shameful. This is the thing, is like when you get success personally, Virgo, it's a little bit sort of, oh, don't shine the light on me sort of thing. And I think you should. When you're doing things well, then shine it. Let your love light shine. And I think it's a choice here where the emotions of life are coming in through this petal here, and then you've got that mutable fire. So normally you have passions and you tend to put it into a situation where you create success for other people. But this situation here, I think it's more a case of creating that success for you. And I think that's important because, as I say, I think you've been confronted with a lot recently over these past few months. And I think it's about time you sort of started providing not only for yourself, but also be in a position where you can actually interact with the rest of the world around you. So they're trying to provide you with situations within your job or your business where you can actually step up and progress within your career. Opportunities. Fortune, wheel of, fantastic. It's exactly it. It is a change of fortunes. Talking about you, getting you up there and in the front line. Why not? You didn't kill anybody to get there. I hope not. You shouldn't have. You don't need to. You're not like that, Virgo. So, yeah, put yourself out there. Brilliant. Let's just see how the conversation is going with the guides with the on the business and financial side, seeing what you can get out of this eclipse. Marrying those two sides together, getting a harmony, finding a pace or a rhythm or harmony within your life. Yeah. King of Cups. Beautiful. And that is that harmony. He's sort of sitting in water, but he's sort of sitting on the shore and he's got that boat for smooth sailing next to him. And this is what you should have within you, within your own success, should make you emotionally secure. And that is that cardinal water that's coming through there. And it's going to help you, this eclipse, to see that clearly around you and clearly within everything or the environment that is around you. And don't be afraid of your own success. Don't be afraid of your own happiness and your own joy. You know, it's a good thing. And welcome it into your life. It looks like really could be a really good turning point. I'm going to take it all back, what I said, where it's going to affect you the least. I'm going to take that all back. Yeah? Let's just see how that conversation is affecting you on the relationship side. So it's the conversation with your guides within your subconscious. Things come and go. Things rearrange. As you're carrying on in your path, you'll realize that people just go whoop, whoop, zip across it, your path. It's fine. Don't get distracted in life and It's more of a case of recognizing the passions and the emotions that are consistent within the relationships that are around you, because those are the ones that you probably need to nurture. And seeing clearly, so with the Ace of Swords, victory coming in here, so you're going to be able to sort of really be able to pick and choose your relationships now. Rather than just running around trying to help everybody, it's going to be a situation where you're going to be able to sort of turn around and sort of say, I'm going to invest in this relationship because it's beneficial for not only for me, but for everything that is around me. Really nice for you, Virgo. Really, really nice. I'm looking at what your card's been over the last sort of month and a half. I know it's been tricky, and I know you've done the work. This is it, and you should give yourself a bit of a pat on the back. Yeah, and I think this is what this fortune card's all about as well. And it looks like it's going to be a pivotal point and fortuitous thing. And this is going to last over the next 6 months. So encourage that constantly. And it looks like it's going to be a very beneficial future for you. Okay, Virgo, there you go. I hope you did enjoy that. I'm glad to see you here, part of the Astroflower family. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you get notifications for the weeklies, which will be coming out the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And yeah, don't forget, we've got the energy updates over on Somatic TV, and we're doing loads of stuff on Instagram. In the meantime, Virgo, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.